Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Toya T, and I've actually renamed my channel to Sincerely Toya T, which I think makes a lot more sense. Today I wanted to make a video because it's actually my 4-year Loc anniversary. Yes. On April 16th, 2010, I decided that I wanted to lock my hair. I went to my former hair salon in Brooklyn, Locks of New, and told my hairstylist that I was ready to lock my hair, and it was, you know, probably one of the best decisions that I made besides deciding to go natural. And it's been quite a journey. I started off with really short locks, and I'll put some pictures at the end so you can see the actual timeline of where I started and where I am now with my locks. So yeah, they started off really short. And it was really easy to actually take care of them, because at first she would do them into style. So every time I would get my hair retwisted, I would put them in style. So I really didn't get to see like the process of it locking until I decided to stop doing that and to let them just be out. And that's when they started to fuzz up and start to lock. Which was funny because I consider that like the ugly stage. Like, it's supposed to, when people talk about locks, they usually talk about it in terms of development, like child development, human development. So you have your baby locks that are, you know, just developing, and they're small, and then they go into that, you know, the childhood phase when they start to form kind of like a personality. So they start to fluff up and start to actually lock instead of it being, you know, just twist or however else you started your locks. And then they reach the teenage stage when they get ugly, and it's true, it gets really ugly. You like, they'll fluff, some of them won't lock, they'll be straight, they'll go in different directions. And I remember going through the ugly phase of my locks, and I just wanted to cry. I didn't want to go outside. I was wearing a lot of hats because it just was just crazy the way it looked. Like, there was like one lock in the back that locked, and then the rest of them were just kind of locking at the beginning, at the root, but then really weren't locking towards the end. So it was just, oh, I just wanted to cry. But I eventually got through it in the first year, and they locked. And then I eventually learned how to retwist and wash my hair myself, so I got to know my locks a lot better. And now I'm in year 4, and I can't believe I've had locks for this long. I wish they were out, but I usually try to get them done around my Loc anniversary as a kind of like birthday present to my hair. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, it's a celebration. 4 years, locked and loved, and I have my special earrings on. I think you can see them. It says "I love my locks," which I absolutely do love. I actually had my hair done, you couldn't see it in the last video because I had it wrapped up, but I got my hair done for a friend's wedding, and it just, you know, it worked out because the wedding was on Saturday, and then my Loc anniversary is today, so my hair would be done for my Loc anniversary. I wouldn't have to go to the hair salon. So it's here, it's done. I'm so happy. I can't wait to see where they go from here. We've had a lot of issues. People think that when you get locks, it's easy and you can just go. And if you do free-forming, which is like just letting your hair mat and lock as it wants, then yeah, you can do that. But I have mine. I have my locks are palm twisted or rolled. So they, you know, they take some maintenance. I have very clean parts, so you can actually see my scalp, and it's easy to braid and do all kinds of stuff because it's very neat in a box pattern on my head. So, you know, it takes a lot of patience and care. You can't just let them do what they want. You have to oil them. You have to pay attention to them. You have to pay attention to possibly getting lint in there. And I learned the hard way about getting lint in there and how trying to get them out. I actually almost combed out some of my back locks, and I lost a lot of length in my back row because I started to pick at it and hair started to come out. And you can see the huge difference. You can't see it here, but you can see a huge difference between the length of my locks in the very last row and then the second to last row, because the second to last row is way longer. It's like halfway down my back. I think it's almost bra length. So it's crazy. Anyway, I'm rambling about this, but yeah, it's not easy. There's so many things that you have to pay attention to. Also, they do shed a bit, and also the ends start to break. They can also thin towards the middle of the end. I had a couple locks that were thinning, particularly in the back, not necessarily in the front as much, and I actually had to cut them because they were becoming so weak and they were annoying me, and I was like, you know what, just cut it. And so I have lots of uneven locks in the back and longer locks in the front and stuff like that. And it's funny that you would think that all locks are the same, but they're not. Even if you have, you know, palm twisted and someone else has palm twisted, they can be very, very different. And I see, you know, friends with locks that I'm like, oh my gosh, your locks are so beautiful. I wish my locks were like that, you know, nice and thick and have, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. But just like the hair on your head, I mean, it is the hair on your head, but just like anything else on your body, your fingerprints, everything, your locks will be unique to you. And I love my locks. I love the unevenness, and some of them are thick and some of them have curls in the end, and the ones that I combed out in the back aren't fully locked anymore, so they're like half lock and the ends are kind of loose. So I have some loose hair that I can play with sometimes when I miss having loose hair, but they curl on the ends because I've cut them so they're not too much loose hair, so I'll actually have like a full lock when they start to grow longer. So yeah, I think, you know, they have their own little funky thing, and I started coloring it last year, and trying to, because I used to have blonde, I used to color my hair blonde. I'm trying to get it to a nice golden brown for this summer, which I think is fun once it gets nice and warm in the sun and all that stuff. So I'm trying to get it to that color, and I usually use Shea Moisturizer, and I'll probably, if I color it, I will make a video. But you know, there's just lots of things, and I love that I actually finally found a salon here in Boston that I trust to do my locks. So there's not that many natural hair salons in Boston, or just straight locticians that do, you know, locks in Boston. So I found one that was affordable, that doesn't make me have to go to New York and pay an arm and a leg, or having to do it myself, which I don't mind, but it takes a long time when I have to do it myself, and a long time sitting underneath my dryer. So I'm happy that I found a place. Shout outs to Mike's Locks and Braids, who, you know, they're the ones responsible for my hair, and as you can see it, it's absolutely fabulous. I love it. They do such great styles, and it's all original because they just do it on the fly. So it's great stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to make a special video for my locks, and to all the other people out there who have locks. I love this community, and for those thinking about it, if you have any questions, let me know. Comment, please subscribe, share with your friends. And if you want to say happy anniversary to my locks, please do. I know it's crazy, but I do celebrate this every single year, and I tend to until I decide to cut them off or comb them out or whatever. But for now, I love it. I'm locked, and happy anniversary. Bye.